Hey guys, and welcome to another model review sort of thing. So obviously this is going to be the first video for Fridays from here on out, guys, and I figured I'd make this a sort of intro slash, well, basically give you guys an understanding of what Fridays are going to be about. So the word obviously is going to be called, the video is going to be called Fantasy Fridays, although for the next 2, 3, possibly 4 videos. They're going to be mainly mod reviews of stuff which I have built from different fantasy worlds. Now, obviously, some of it is sci-fi, some of it is obviously just, for a good example, you got this big fella here with his girlfriend. Um, some of it is obviously sort of horror in bits and pieces. But I've decided to call them Fantasy Fridays because obviously I'm not focusing on anything to do with, tanks or ships or stuff relating to real world events, if you know what I mean. So, with that out of the way, let's begin with the first of final of Fantasy Fridays videos. So, some of you may or may not recall this one, but this is one of the very first model 3D printed. Well, I'm not entirely sure if it was actually 3D printed. It's bloody hell, this is taking me back a little bit. But when I started doing YouTubing, obviously I wanted to show off more than just tanks and ships and things. I wanted to do other stuff which obviously I enjoy, because one thing I have probably not mentioned before, but I am going to mention it now, is I am definitely into me animes. I'm definitely into a lot of well, the word is nerdy stuff, but it's stuff I do love, like a lot of other people love out there anyway. And obviously, the other thing is, I'm also a furry, which will go on a bit more a bit later on. That's a video for another Fantasy Friday, basically. So, yeah, this is possibly the very first 3D model print I had ever brought on eBay. And oh my goodness me, it is absolutely fantastic. I'm not entirely sure of the scale of this big fella and his other half there, but I can tell you this, they're at least over the 112, maybe 1/6 scale models. Because as you can quite clearly tell, guys, these two take up the desk. And him as a whole, especially, he is heavy. He's made of solid plastic, well, resin basically. So I can't remember for the life of me where I brought him from, but it was definitely on eBay. There was a guy in there selling this character with his girlfriend, obviously all in one thing, guys. They're on a stand, which I wasn't overly happy with, so I've made it muddy and given it a bit more of a dirt look basically. Um, I brought them. They were not cheap. This did cost me around 90 odd quid back when I brought these. But when they came, I was over the moon with the extensive detail to the figures. Now, I do apologise for the lighting, guys, but I'm trying to give you the best angles and detail that the lighting can provide that I do have. I did a lot of detail work with this figure. I've managed to get those scars looking good, giving them a leather belt with lots of steel components, obviously white bone for his claws, his teeth. Got the gums painted in, matte black for the lips, all different colour browns. Again, I can't remember off the top of my head what colour browns he used. I know one was definitely fur brown, which was by Cathedral, I think. As a matter of fact, I think all the paints he used here was Cathedral colours. As for his girlfriend here, I based him off of I based him off of my wife, basically. Bless. Yeah, I wanted to give her purple, give her lots of character, obviously nice big blue eyes, because obviously that's what he fancies. So yeah, you could probably say this is me and the missus, if you like. I wish I was that big. But yeah, so gave her a nice, slightly worn leather jacket with some purple fur around the rim of the hat there. As a matter of fact, if you give me a moment, I can try and turn it around so you can see more detail. So again, this is a little difficult, and because of his weight, he weighs a ton. So there you go. Yeah, you got purple in the hat, brunette hair. Well, it was brunette at one point. Obviously, it's dyed down just a little bit. Again, the figure is a good couple of years old now, guys. I had to give them a dust off, as you could tell, because they were very dusty. Bionic arm, so giving her a nice sort of steampunk style look there with the arm colours. Obviously, some nice blue jeans, nice solid boots with a brown mud on the bottom of them. even with his feet. Obviously, as you guys can see, I've given him some weight, so it literally looks like he's proper stomping down there. This guy, I mean, whole bulking muscle werewolves that they can be. This guy must weigh over 200, maybe 300 pounds altogether. But it's not fat, that is just bulk muscle. You would not want to mess with this fella. Bit of mud on the tail because maybe, you know, swinging around or he fell over or something. Maybe a little bit of mud in the paws. So yeah, I put a bit of mud in there as well. Originally I was going to get a chain or two to go around all these bits and pieces, but I couldn't find a chain that would match the scale properly, so I've left it out. Still looking to be technically fair because obviously I'm not entirely sure. Well, I am sure, well, I want to give a bit more detail there still, but time will tell with things. I guess the only thing I wasn't happy with, because when it comes to figures, I am not very clever with skin tones, and I tried to do my utmost best with making her look relatively human when it comes to skin colours. But it was not easy, guys, and I still struggle to this day. Although, well, I say that I've got a couple of paints which I can use now for various skin colours and stuff. Obviously give eyes a bit more detail these days. But yeah, I'm very happy with how she came out, and same with the big fella here, really. The stand, actually my wife made the stand for me because I wasn't too happy with how this all set down here. This is all I think it's just clay, yeah, just bits of clay which I basically moulded to make it like just some muddy ground. But obviously I wasn't too happy with the structural integrity of it, so I asked my wife to build me a plaque, which she did out of some spare bits of wood, and then I dyed it with some wood varnish, and that's basically the end result. As I mentioned before, this is a very heavy diorama, and it's the biggest diorama I actually own. I am never ever going to get rid of this because I absolutely loved the detail on him. I love the design on her, and I think it's actually a very cute picture. You got this, it's a Beauty and Beast thing, isn't it? You got Beast standing there looking really very vicious, but the one thing that's mesmerised him is a gorgeous girl, and she's mesmerised by him. Although she's probably a little bit unsure, because I think we all would be. But that's it, guys. So hope you enjoyed this old model review. Again, as I say, it won't be called the Fantasy Fridays just yet. We'll be working on those a bit later on. But for now, this is the first of the fantasy model kits that I will be reviewing. Stand by, because I think I'm talking about the Hell of a Boss stuff next. So yeah, relatively new stuff. But for now, guys, thank you for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this review, and it feels good to see this one back in particular. If you want some more decent pictures and stuff, I'm hoping to upload some more pictures on Instagram and on the Discord server. I want to finally get that working. For some reason, I've got everything up and running on Discord, but I just can't seem to link up the YouTube channel with it, so I'm not sure what's going on there, guys. If you could help us out, I'll be really grateful. Again, I am doing this all for an iPad as well, so it's just the way I've got to work with things these days. Anyway, that's it for now, guys. Thanks for watching. Take care. Have a nice weekend out there. Ta-ta for now.